as a friend. When the ref has lost his eyes, hear 1,000 pirates cry. Every tackle, every score makes a shout for even more. Stormy seas or sunny skies, victory's our greatest prize. If we lose, we'll laugh instead, then drink another keg, it's said. To our family. Waste the colours! Fill the mugs!
Wastewater Sports crew, ahoy. Wow, that was almost a really awkward little flash. That quick second where we accidentally had the studio in the background. That could have been embarrassing. No green screen. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Ahoy, welcome back. Wastewater Sports, ready for another week of NRL action. How are we all doing? Nice to have you along, as always. Wasted Water Sports crew. Johnny Michael, ahoy, mate. Robert Peters, ahoy. Nice to see everybody there. Bright and early in the chat room. Who else have we got channel member-wise? That's it, channel members. Faiths, ahoy. Lucas, bossy bro, ahoy, mate. Jason Taylor, ahoy, mate. Welcome along. Harry, hola. Jason Calloway, Huddy Rolo. Ahoy, everybody. Leo, ahoy, mates. Over there on the TikTok. Gamer Mel. Ahoy, Leo. Nice and early. The game hasn't even kicked off yet. And Leo's out there throwing roses around. Cheers, Leo. Very much appreciated. Jason Strauss. Another Jason. Jasons are us here in the chat room over on YouTube. Welcome along, Jason Strauss. Ahoy, mate. Johnny Michael, you'd like to share something with the group that makes you, Johnny Michael, very happy. Can I guess? Wasted Water Sports is live. Lies, 4010, ahoy. Welcome along. Just 1 second, crew. Wasted Water Sports crew, just 1 second. I will just... Should I drop the exposure a little? No, not that much. Okay. Should I lower the brightness just a tad on the camera? Rick, ahoy there, mate. Mouty boy. Ahoy. And also the white balance is completely off on the camera tonight. There we go. That'll do for a quick fix-up in a big game. And I say big game just because nothing to do with the results, because it doesn't matter. The results for this game do not matter a single bit. But it's a big game because we get to have a look for the very first time, us. Apparently they've been using this rule in Super League. But we get to see for the very first time the choice at kickoff. So what that means is a team scores a try, the opposition gets to make a choice whether to kick off or receive the footy. Look, ludicrous rule, but hey, let's not throw shade at something that we haven't even seen in action just yet, right? So let's see how it goes. They're trialing that law out tonight. So we get to see that for the very first time. I reckon the Melbourne Storm win. I reckon the Storm win just because the Broncos, once again, the Broncos just can't stay out of drama, can they? And maybe we'll talk a little bit more about it at halftime and see if it actually makes any sort of difference to the Broncos. I'm talking about the Reece Walsh like gate that happened on social media. We saw that, what's his face? Marty Tapau got sacked from the club for liking a post that was negatively reflective of Michael Maguire. But Reece Walsh is allowed to do it, apparently. That's A-OK. Not a problem when you're a superstar versus just a fill-in to the squad. So that's been going on this week, as well as Adam Reynolds backflipping on what he said in the media on Monday about how he thought he was going to be playing tonight, but Madge Maguire and the medical staff told him no. And then 24 hours later, he comes out and says, nope, it was all a misunderstanding. It was my choice. It was my choice, after all. As the teams are out on the field, kickoff moments away, so we don't really have time to go over all that. The Broncos out onto the field now. Mania, thank you very much for the roses over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. As well as Vengeful One with a heart meet. Cheers, Vengeful One. Jonty with a couple of roses as well there. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Ahoy, welcome along. Appreciate the early gifts. Now, who's this leading the team out onto the park? I'll tell you who it should be. It should be Adam Reynolds. But anyway, that's not my decision to make. Broncos out onto the field. There's Adam Reynolds in a Brisbane polo, high-fiving and slapping the team on the ass on the way through. Ben, ahoy there, mate. Same game multi for this one. 4 legs. As always, 4 legs. Anytime try score combo. Karapani or Tui Malatu Brown. That's leg 1. Leg 2. Fa'alongo or Wishart. Harry Grant or Moses Leo. Cameron Munster or Ezra Mam. Referee Wyatt Raymond. Kickoff underway. Wyatt Raymond says, let's get going. And it's the Broncos who kick off down to Munster. And the Storm have first use of the footy. Utikimanu takes the hit up and gets some good post-contact meters. A shame they were mostly sideways. As the Storm start inside the 20, referee blows the whistle because Big Stefano had crept off the mark. And it's an early stoppage, but I don't think we'll worry about trying to catch the clock up just yet. That'll happen naturally as the game progresses. Michelle, ahoy there. The Broncos are making it hard to like them at the moment. If they treated Renault, how they treated Renault. And of course, don't forget the whole Reece Walsh issue this week as well. The double standards show themselves once again as the Broncos set one rule for one, another rule for another. Storm get through their first set. The kick downfield taken by Karapani, 10 out from his own line. Heading back infield. No score in this one. It has, of course, just got underway. Marciano, ahoy there. Over on the TikTok, welcome along. Robbie Day, ahoy. What do I think of the new kickoff rule? We talked about that very, very briefly in the pregame. Silly rule. I think if you have points scored against you, you should never have a choice of anything. That's my 2 cents. Here's Payne and the Haas for the final time at Suncorp in Broncos colour. 10 short of halfway here for the Broncos on the 5th and last. Back for Hunt. Ben Hunt puts the kick downfield, taken on the full. Moses Leo backing up for it on the 30. And he heads back down the short side, almost gets on the outside of Anderson's carpets. Dragged down just a metre in from touch. 10 short of halfway here. The Melbourne Storm, great field position here early on. As Wishart gets himself a little upright. Don't know that I'm a fan of Wishart in the centres. But we'll see how he goes this evening. Sean Blaw. Just short of halfway. Harry Grant with a little bobble from dummy half. Utikamanu takes it into Brisbane territory here on play 4. Grant dummies back infield. Kicks down the short side on the right. Bounces into the 10-metre line where it sits up for Hayes Perham. And Perham taking a ground. 10 in from touch. 10 out from their own goal line. Over on that left edge, the Broncos. Nicely controlled at the moment for the Melbourne Storm. As now the Broncos stay down, playing for the penalty. Karapani. Ezra Mam looking to the touchy, looking to the officials, screaming out for help. Probably much like the passengers in that Uber were, but I digress. As we got time off here, it looks like the penalty is going to go the way of the Broncos. Flint 007, ahoy mate. You need Staggs, Hughes, Bam, and Sewer. Broncos fine touch. 10 short of halfway. And an early shift over to the right. Nothing doing there. The Storm defense all lined up. Set restart there for the Broncos. Pain in the Haas. Held up just inside just inside Broncos territory. Carrigan enters the Storm half here on play 2. Back in field for Hunt. Short ball. Nicely done there. Willison on the burst. But he can't break the line. Big guns. Ahoy, mate. As the Broncos get another set restart here. Ruck infringement. Carrigan gets taken out by Harry Grant. That would have been a penalty in Union for carrying through with the clean out unnecessarily. 20 out from the line now. The Broncos. Big guns. Cheers for the super chat, mate. As the Broncos launch an attack short side, 10 metres out. I absolutely think they should have trotted Reynolds out there tonight, 100%. As Willison held up 15 metres out. Play 4 here for the Broncos. Carrigan with the short ball. Very, very flat. Pain in the Haas held up. 5 metres out. 5th and last. Hunt grubbers in behind the line. Well dived on by Moses Leo. Moses Leo at point. Beautifully taken just outside his own goal line. Saves the day there for the Storm. Slow going here for Melbourne. 3 tackles gone. Still inside their own 20. Utikamanu. A nice carry. Bends the line in midfield. 5th and last. 30 metres out. Hughes needs a big kick here. Puts it in front of Perham coming forward for it. And an easy kick return up to the 40. Broncos back in possession. So, both teams now just going set for set. Who will come up with the first mistake? Hunt in a dummy half. Brings it down the right side here for Anderson. Tackle 3 here for the Broncos. Carrigan out the back for Hunt. It's on out to the left. Man with the cutout pass to Karapani. He makes a quick break, but brought down from behind by Nick Meaney. 30 metres out. Oh, the first tick of the multi. Gone begging. Hunt drifts across field. Sends it right for Walters. Little Billy throws the dummy. 5th and last. 25 out from the line here. The Broncos back in field. Hunt puts the high ball up down this right side. Ba'alongo takes it on his goal line. Leapt from the field of play. It'll be a goal line dropout. That was some good footy all around. Good attack from the Broncos. Ezra Mam The perfect cutout pass onto the chest of Karapani. Nicely defended at the back from Suafalongo. Harry Ola, yes, Jahrome Hughes is playing. As Falongo goes short here with the restart, and it's been well claimed by Meaney, I believe it is. Nick Meaney got both hands up there and does an extremely good job of plucking that one out of the sky. That was a tough take. Haas now just makes a nuisance of himself around the ruck. 30 short of halfway. Josh King. For Munster. Now Hughes sends it out to the right. Falongo can't sell the dummy to Ezra Mam. He sticks with him. Up into the Brisbane half of the footy. Hughes puts the high ball up. Fifth and last. And everybody lets it bounce. Always dangerous when that happens. Perham comes through to claim it. You're always flirting with danger when you let the high ball bounce. Karapani taken down. 30 out from their own line. The Broncos set for set it goes. Hard ticker, ahoy, mate. Faithy says, who's your take for winning tonight? Well, I've gone for the Melbourne Storm. There should be no surprises at that one, though. Leo W001, ahoy, mate. As the Broncos, Carrigan, late ball out the back for Hunt. Meaney jams in. Tackled on halfway on the fifth and last. Mam, down the left. Cut out pass, hits the mark again. Broncos cut back in field, chip over the top. Straight down the throat of Suafalongo. Melbourne back in possession. Set for set. Nobody able to get on top at the moment, and we haven't seen any mistakes. Might be the commentator's curse there. As Wishart drifts back in field. 10 short of halfway here for the Storm. 9 minutes gone, and nothing of note really happened. Both teams just trading sets. As Grant out at dummy half for Hughes. Drifting across to the left, and now half a gap for Sean Blaw. Playing against his future club, of course. 40 metres out. Hughes puts the high ball up, kicking down the left side for Leo. Leo chases through and puts pressure on. Did he cop Perham high? Yes, he did. Penalty to the Broncos. Stay hunky, ahoy, mate. Saints 4 in a row, ahoy. Welcome along. Harry Ola. I did not go live for the Lions versus the All Blacks, no. Saved myself for the big test on the weekend. Broncos find touch, still inside their own 20. Not a lot of distance on it. As Katoni Staggs getting himself involved, brings it out to the 30. Oh, why cut out Payne Haas? Because they're going the early shift into midfield, that's why. But Ezra Mam picked up and driven back. Dominant tackle by Jahrome Hughes and Trent Liero in midfield. Is that us? Has Mariner for the first try. Walters, dummies, and goes out a dummy half, straight up the middle. Billy Walters into the backfield, grubbers into the in goal, and almost sits up for the big D. It just takes a late break to the left and beats Mariner into touch. Oh, Billy Walters, the difference. Out of dummy half, he sells the dummy to Mam. Mam's one of the playmakers. He drew the attention of the defense. How did they not get a try there, the Broncos? Nice kick from Walters as well. It just took that break to the left, that off break. "12 minutes gone, no score. Michelle says, stay hunky. You can't time somebody out for saying go the Broncos. We can time somebody out for saying the F-bomb in the chat about somebody directly. As the Storm break down the left edge, but a loose pass back in field. I think that was the issue there, Michelle, not the go the Broncos part. It was the rest of it. A loose pass in field cleaned up by the Broncos. Both teams now have made a line break and have had an opportunity to score. Scrambling on both sides, though. Keeping this one at 0-0 as Carrigan up to halfway. Fifth and last for the Broncos. They're stacked down that left edge. But they come back right in the open side for Hunt. Puts the high ball up, and Moses Leo comes forward for it. Takes it on the 20. Gets away from the first tackle. Beats Ezra Mam. And he's brought down by the difference. 10 short of halfway. Billy Walters with the tackle. But a penalty to the Storm. As Walters just goes on with it a little too long, I think. Oh, yes, he got him around the neck. Around the chin. The second effort was a high shot from Walters. Hughes will find touch. 35 out from the Broncos line. Tui Malatu Brown races over to take the tap. Here they come now, the Storm. Keeley takes it inside the 30. Slow to get up and play this one. Ezra Mam caught in an offside position. Munster turns it back inside for King. 20 metres out, right in front of the post. Grant comes left for Munster. Munster straightens up, turns it back inside for Liero. Bumps away from Walters. Tries to put the fend on Carrigan. A taken down, 5 out from the line. And a penalty to the Storm right out in front. They might take the 2 here, the Storm. Go for the try. It means nothing anyway. They do. They tap and go. Go for the try. Who cares if the... Oh, well, Tikimanu bumps off the tackle of Walters again. Spins and powers his way over Big Stefano. Did he get it down? Oh, it's gone up as no try. Utikimanu, he bumps off poor Billy Walters. Second time in successive tackles for Walter. That's a try. Utikimanu scores. Although Ashley Klein is in the bunker, so anything could happen. (4-0) Melbourne lead. Ashley Klein's first injection into the game is actually making the right call. Can you believe it? Poor Billy Walters just got caught in a mismatch there. Carrigan gives away the penalty. Billy Walters bumps him off. Too much power straight through Hayes Perham. Nice try there for the Storm, right beside the posts. That was pain in the arse as well. Part of that tackle. So after the conversion, we're going to see our first taste of the new rule. Try for Big Stefano Utikimanu. Nick Meaney to convert right beside the posts. Absolute sitter. Meaney converts. Melbourne leads 6-0. Let's see what happens. Our first taste of the new rule. Bring it on. What are they going to do? You receive the ball, surely. Surely you say, yep, give it back to us. I can't imagine a scenario where a team... I can't ever imagine a scenario where a team says, yeah, we'll kick off. Sure, the Broncos will surely... Oh! The Broncos have kicked off. Okay. Thank you, Broncos. Just more reason to dislike you. You've just made me look like a complete tit. "20 out from their own line. Now the Storm get a roll on upfield. And this is the issue, I suppose, with taking the kickoff. Well, he's come up with a mistake. Sean Bloor. Sean Bloor with the knock on. They immediately launch a captain's challenge. They were rolling upfield there, the Storm. And I suppose that's what you're playing for. You hope you kick off and you try and force a mistake. And, yeah, Sean Bloor places the ball on the foot or the leg of Willison. This will be unsuccessful challenge. And the Broncos will get the ball. So that's worked out perfectly for the Bronx. Perfectly for them. That is a dream scenario of them deciding to take the kickoff. Scrum down Broncos. So at the moment, somebody actually said, wouldn't it be funny if they trial the new rule and everything just goes exactly as it normally would have anyway? Fake Slim Shady, ahoy, mate. 20 out from the line now, the Broncos on the attack. Jordan Ricky. Taken down on play 2. Walters sends it infield for Carrigan with the long ball. Drops it off for Willison, and Big Xavier will play it 10 metres out now, the Broncos. Passes the decoy. Hunt steps back off the right foot. Just to the right of the post here, a couple of metres out. Walters for Carrigan. A settler on play 5. 5 out from the line, right in front of the posts. Walters, dummies. Grubbers in behind the line, looking for Ricky. Can't get through. And Wishart bats it dead. Another goal line dropout here for the Storm. Don't clap, yeah, Nas says, I can see teams deciding to kick off, thinking they can pressure the defense and keep the ball down that end. That's definitely the line of thinking, as Faulongo goes short, bounces on the 20, and it sits up for Ezra Mam. Broncos have possession back. But in that situation, the Storm were rolling upfield. You wouldn't say the Broncos forced a mistake. It was an unforced error. So they got a little bit lucky there, the Broncos. Walters infield for Carrigan. Turns it inside for Payne and the Haas. 6 again. 5 metres out from the line. Walters goes left for Hunt, and now Mam. The short ball for Mariner. Tries to steamroll Nick Meaney. Taken down a metre out from the line over on the left. Ezra back infield for Walters on the 20. Shows it inside. Goes right for Hunt. Hunt for Perham. Short ball for Staggs. Staggs powers his way over the line. And Katoni Staggs scores. Broncos head back. Try down the right edge. Katoni Staggs powers his way through. There was never a thought of passing that ball out to Anderson. Katoni says, I'll do it myself. 2-on-1. And they still couldn't make the tackle. 6-4, kick to come. Well, in fairness, he probably didn't throw it to Grant Anderson, because seeing that replay, Anderson was standing in touch. Probably not a good place to stand as a support runner. What is this, Rugby League 26 on the PlayStation? Support runners out of position. Try scored, Katoni Staggs. Nicely done. Now, let's see. What do the Storms say? Melbourne will get the choice now to kick off or receive. Five in from touch. Hayes Perham looking to lock the scores up here. Perham pushes it across the face of the post. Away it goes. Can't convert the try to Katoni Staggs. 6 points to 4 in favour of the Melbourne Storm. Now we'll see what they decide. For those who are unaware, they are trialling a new rule here tonight where the team that concedes a try, where they would normally just kick off, they get to make a decision. They can choose to have the ball back if they wish. Trialing it out for the first time tonight, and Melbourne, what have they decided? They have kicked off the Melbourne Storm. They send it deep into the in-goal for Hunt. And I suppose, in all honesty, when Ben Hunt is in the opposition, you would choose to kick off, wouldn't you? Just hoping for one of those moments. We all know the moment we're talking about. Just hoping for one of those moments. 20 out from their own line now, the Broncos. User 56 says, why do I feel like no one will ask for the ball back in protest of the rule? Hey, that's an idea, actually. As the Broncos cough the ball up, well, this is the argument for always kicking off. Because both teams tonight, set of 6 after points, have coughed the ball up cold. Unforced errors. It's Billy Walters this time. Sean Blaw did it for the Storm, and now Billy Walters does it straight back. Scrum down, 40 metres out in midfield. Scarecrow, ahoy, mate. Stoney squeezes. Over there. On the TikTok, thank you very much for the rose. .30 out from the line now, the Storm. Utikimanu got the first try for Melbourne. Grant goes left for Hughes. Liero now tries to step back in field, but Billy Walters jams in and shuts him off. They drive him towards the sideline now. 10 metres in from touch on this left edge. Time off. He crept off the mark by about 5 metres. Munster in midfield for Hughes. Out the back for Faolongo. Turns it inside for Meaney. Meaney bursts straight through. And Nicholas Meaney will score. Now that is not something you expect to see from him. Melbourne drifting out to the right. Sua Faolongo has Meaney cutting back in field on the 45 degrees. And he powers through pain in the Haas. He gets the weak shoulder of Ezra Mam, and Haas doesn't slide across in time. And Meaney scores under the posts. Beautiful work there. 10 points to 4, kick to come. And we'll see. Once again. Oh, but user 56 raises a good point, actually. Why do I feel like no one will ask for the ball back in protest of the new rule? And that's an interesting remark because this was brought up at the start of the season and there was pushback from the clubs. The clubs said, we don't want it. The NRL has basically said, look, tonight we're going to trial it anyway. We understand that it was voted out by the clubs. We're going to put it in anyway and see how it goes in this game that means nothing. So maybe, just maybe, who knows, maybe the clubs did get together and say, you think this rule's bollocks? Yeah, us too. Why don't we just not bother with it? Handshake deal. 5 metres to the right of the post here. Nick Meaney to convert his own try. Pops it over. And Melbourne lead 12 points to 4. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? One of those nights where we get no ticks off the multi. After being on such a red-hot run, And I mean, we have been on fire with the same game multis the past 3 weeks. It's definitely time for a little bit of a smash back to reality, isn't it? It always happens at some point. Rugby fella, ahoy, mate. Broncos with the kickoff. They send it down to Fa'alongo, who's got it to Kamanu running with him. Gets the bumpers up on Billy Walters in midfield. Credit to Billy, though, in all fairness. Like, he's been knocked off every single tackle that he's tried to make tonight, as now Oren Keeley breaks the line. But he still comes back. He still tries. 10 short of halfway. The Storm. No mistakes off this set. They power into the Broncos half. Tackle 4 on halfway. Grant out of dummy half. Carrigan was not square. Lucky to not give away the 6 again. Munster chips it over the top. Storm get the bounce, but Sean Blaw, I believe it was, looking to push the ball. And it sits up for the Broncos. Sean Blaw's already got his Broncos jersey on tonight, I think. The knock-on after they scored the first try, and he took one of the hit-ups early in the tackle count, and they're pushing the pass. Somebody send a message down to Sean Blaw and tell him he's not at the Broncos yet. Okay? That's not until next year, Sean. You play for the Storm tonight. Stop screwing up. That'd be my message if I was Craig Bellamy. Hayden Haas takes it up to halfway here on the 5th and last. Hunt puts the kick downfield. And taken easily at the back there by Fa'alongo. He looks up and heads in field. Jaden Hunt leads the chase. 15 metres out in front of the posts. Fa'alongo, he loves to bring it back in field. Robert Peters, this game has no impact on anything at all. Not on the 8, not on the spoon. That's why the NRL has chosen this one to trial the new rules. So, yeah, essentially a completely meaningless game, which is crazy to think when this is the grand final rematch, right? V-Endemic, ahoy, mate. As Hughes from inside the 40 steps back in field. Offloads for Liero. Munster continues to send it left. Fa'alongo for Blaw. Blaw's up over halfway. Can't put the fend on Katoni Staggs. Drags him down from behind. 5th and last, 30 metres out. Hughes puts the high ball up. Oh, he's been towelled up after the kick there, Hughes. And a penalty to the Storm. 5 out. Over on this left edge, Jordan Ricky absolutely cleans up Jahrome Hughes after the kick. And, well, that's as simple as it gets. A penalty there. That's as easy as it gets there. Doing good, V-Endemic. How are you, mate? XZ, you just need Wishart now. Well, it might be on its way because Melbourne on the attack. 10 metres out on this left edge. Harry Grant takes the tap, fires it in field. Hughes has it on the 20, goes short. And McDonald, 10 metres out. Grant out of dummy half, drifts across field. Munster back inside for Blaw. Blaw taken down by Jordan Ricky. They've lost some metres there. 15 out just to the left of the post. Grant back in field for Liero. Liero switches direction. Goes for Munster. Beautiful ball for Wishart. And Wishart crashes over. There we go. A switch of direction in midfield from Liero sets that one up. And they catch the Broncos short on the left. Wishart scores. There you go, XZ. Trent Liero, the change of direction, and the Broncos, that's where they've struggled all year long. Defensively, not being able to work on the fly. And Wishart could have continued to go out to the left. They had numbers out the wazoo there. Try for Wishart. That's the first tick off my multi as well. Took a while, but we got there. floodgates are well and truly open now, says Robert Peters. Well, I think that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but Melbourne have gone back to back. I wouldn't call it floodgates just yet. Nick Meaney, 12 in from touch on this left side. Meaney puts it down the middle. He's on song tonight with the boot. He's on song in general tonight, Nick Meaney. This has been Meaney's best game in a long, long while. Michelle, your team won on the weekend, 110-0. Did you jump around like the Wallabies do when they win a dead rubber, or? But see, that's floodgates opening. 110-0 is floodgates. Jules Craw, ahoy, mate. Broncos get us back underway. The new rule, nothing. Melbourne have it in front of their own goal line, and they cough it up with a forward pass. They have no challenge remaining. And I don't think he can challenge that anyway. A forward pass from the kickoff. You can't believe it. A forward pass from the kickoff. Oh, jeez. Wow. A forward pass from the kickoff. Broncos ball, 10 out from the line in front of the posts. Walters comes right to Staggs. Staggs can't get on the outside of Munster. 10 metres out. 10 in from touch. Back in field. Hunt drops it off here for Payne and the Haas. Tackle 2 for the Broncos. 18 points to 4. Melbourne leading. Walters for Perham. Hunt turns Jaden Hunt back on the inside. Walters out of dummy half. The short ball for Simu. Meter out. Bang in front of the post here. 2 tackles left. Hunt out the back for Perham. A 3-on-2 here. Perham gets caught. Wishart races up and shuts it down. 5th and last. Hunt. 20 in from touch on the right. Crossfield kick. Taken by Nick Meaney. Oh, it's his night tonight, Nick Meaney. It is his night tonight. He is suddenly making it look like a fantastic pickup for the Perth Bears. Although, in fairness, it's not like it was a bad pickup for the Bears. Sean Blaw off the field for HIA. Well, if he fails his HIA, that might explain a fair bit. I have been saying at the start of this game, I've been letting Sean Blaw know he doesn't actually play for the Broncos yet. If he's copped a HIA, that might explain why he's been so terrible. 5th and last on halfway. Hughes puts the high ball up. Perham forward for it. Everyone lets it bounce. It's thrown back by the Storm. Still 5th and last. Munster goes left for Wishart. Turns it back inside for Fa'alongo. Munster puts the second kick in. Karapani loses it behind him and into touch. Beware the second kick. And that's the result for the Storm. 9 minutes to go in this opening half. Let the high ball bounce at your own peril. How many times will we see it? Let the high ball bounce. It's more dangerous than the tie lottery. 10 metres out from the line now. Melbourne back on the attack. Grant out of dummy half. Goes right for Hughes. Long ball for Meaney. On to Tuimalatu Brown. Beats Karapani 1-on-1. Reaches out and plants it down in the tackle of Mariner. Tuimalatu Brown will get tick number 2 off the multi. And now there's push and shove. There's tempers flare. Push and shove in the end goal after Melbourne score that try. Tuimalatu Brown gets tick number 2 off the multi. We're back on. We're back on, everyone. It looked like it was going to be a quiet night, but we are well back on as Melbourne score again. Oh, of course, Ezra Mam's involved in that. No surprises there. Ezra Mam starts the push and shove. Colour me shocked. $22-4, kick to come. So I still need Harry Grant or Moses Leo, Cameron Munster or Ezra Mam. Michelle, you need Moses Leo and Xavier Willison. Seven to go until the halftime break. 5 in from touch. Nick Meaney to keep his kicking record alive. Yes, he does. Oh, he's having a day out, Nick Meaney. Conversion successful. It's 24-4. Samoan, thank you very much for the follow over there on TikTok. Much appreciated. Wasted World of Sports, of course, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, live on TikTok. Celia, ahoy. Must be a happy camper. Broncos with the restart. Business as usual. Stay hunky, says Dan. 2 weeks ago, you got back-to-back on your multis on every stream. Hope for luck this week. Yeah, and don't forget that last weekend, we nailed a couple as well. We are on a hot streak at the moment with the multis. These combos are working out nicely. Rather than going for just individuals, we're focusing on combos to try and get some maximum coverage. 6, oh no, not 6 again. It's breaking news. Billy Walters is off for a HIA as Melbourne have space out to the right. But Keeley cuts back infield. Over halfway, he's taken down by Blake Moser. 40 out from the line. 5th and last, Hughes puts the high ball up. Perham forward for it. Takes it on the 10. There's no letting it bounce that close to the line. Perham put on his back. He had such a solid game last week, Hayes Perham, but they have kept him quiet tonight. Celia, Salamat. You've reached member level 11, whatever that means. Cheers for the heart, me, Celia. And a big shout out to the Philippines. Munster makes the tackle there on Jordan Ricky. Now he gets some help from Wishart and Harry Grant. Broncos 30 out from their own line on the 5th and last. Only 17 metres off that set as Hunt races to get the kick away from inside the 40. Straight down the throat of Fa'alongo. And he passes out for Tuimalatu Brown on the right. The kick return is up over halfway. 5 minutes until the break. And Melbourne go on the attack. Game of Mel, they're offering you a quarter of the payout, but it's a free bet. Yeah, sports bet, any leg fails, cashback night, you let it ride. You absolutely let it ride as Munster shows the ball. Now the late pass, intercept by Mam. Ezra's away upfield. Does he have the pace? McDonald giving chase. Ezra has the pace. And that's tick number 3 off the multi. Ezra, sorry, Alara. I just clapped and scared my dog. Ezra Mam with the intercept, breakaway try. And we are going into halftime, 3 legs down. Munster pushes the pass with his pants down, and Ezra says, I'll have a piece of that. The ball, not Cameron Munster's ass. And away he goes. 70-metre effort. He bobbles the ball, but he bobbled it back to himself, and that's all good, I reckon. Ezra Mam gets tick number 3 off our multi. 24 points to 8. Kick to come from right in front. There we go. 3 ticks done going into the halftime break. Yes. All right. As Hayes Perham converts from right in front. 24 points to 10. All right. All we need now is Harry Grant or Moses Leo. Harry Grant or Moses Leo. Lickman, 69. Sorry. Such a child. Lickman, 69, says Moses Leo and Faulongo, please. 24 points to 10. 3 minutes until the halftime break. And Melbourne will kick off. Nick Meaney with the restart sends this one deep into the in-goal, taken by Karapani. And he says, I'll take the hit up, it's all good. And he's driven back towards his own goal line. 5 meters out. The Broncos. So, we have seen absolutely nothing different. This new kickoff rule that they're trialing, business as usual. I'm starting to think user 56 might have a point. They might very well have got together and said, let's just bollocks it. Let's not even use it. Remember, the clubs rejected it. Broncos cough the ball up here. A loose carry, 10 short of halfway. And with 2 minutes to go until the break, Melbourne will get a chance. Game of Mel saying thank you to everybody. What did I miss? Oh, Game of Mel, you won your multi already. Nice. You needed Ezra, ma'am. You needed Ezra for the multi. Yeah, well done, Game of Mel. 40 meters out midfield. 1:40 to go. Fa'alongo gets Anderson jamming in. He cops a high shot, does he? No, offside at scrum time. Penalty to the Storm. Katoni Staggs broke early. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. Melbourne immediately repacked the scrum. 40 meters out midfield. Still a minute to go. Grant chips over the top. Perham's caught up in the line. Fa'alongo versus Perham. Fa'alongo inside for Wishart. Wishart gets a double. From the scrum, an early kick from Harry Grant. Hayes Perham was caught up in the line. He dives over the top of it at the back. Fa'alongo picks it up. And Tyran Wishart running support makes it 28 points to 10. As long as he's onside from that kick chase. The Broncos can't scramble back in time. Oh, he's onside by a mile. He's onside by so far. He's just that quick, Fa'alongo. Perham can't control the loose ball. Fa'alongo picks it up and offloads for Wishart in one motion. And Wishart dives over under the sticks. $28 points to 10 at the break. Oh, did I forget to put Tui Malatu Brown's try in? Okay. Tui Malatu Brown did not score that try. That was Wishart getting his second. I just forgot to put Tui Malatu Brown up from earlier in the half. 28-10, Nick Meaney from right in front. Makes it 30 points to 10 at the halftime break. Wow. A demolition job here at Suncorp. 30 points to 10 at the halftime break. Melbourne doing a number on the Broncos. 5 tries to 2. Nick Meaney, perfect with the boot. Utikamanu, Nick Meaney, Wishart 2, Tui Malatu Brown. For the Broncos, Stags and Mam. And we go into half-time. 3 out of the 4 legs of the multi, done and dusted. How exciting is that? Our streak looks like it's going to continue. I could potentially cash out now, but let's see. They've actually been offering me some pretty half-decent cash outs. Probably because I keep... You know what it is? I might have just figured out what it is. I'm only joking, of course, because there's absolutely no way that Sportsbet know about me. But I've actually been shouting out Sportsbet a fair bit in the streams. People have been asking me, like, oh, who's your bookmaker, Dan? Who do you do all these through? And I've actually been shouting out Sportsbet rather than shutting it down and saying I can't really speak about it on stream. I wonder if they're giving me a little bit of a reward. No, obviously they're not. They have no idea that I even exist. But I'm just mucking around having a laugh. They have been offering me some very decent cash-out offers. This one, though, is terrible. This one's atrocious. This cash-out offer is not even worth my time considering. So anyway, I take it all back. How do I say this name? Kaiapu? I'll just call you Kai. That's okay. How is Wishart on 9 Supercoach points when he scored 2 tries? I don't understand how Supercoach works, to be honest, so I don't know. But I would have thought that tries would have to be worth a fair bit, right? To make up for errors, I mean. Because I don't even remember him. He's given away 1 or 2 penalties, but maybe it's just taking some time to update. I don't know. Does it normally update in real time? I don't play Supercoach, so I honestly have no idea how it works. Well, I understand how it works. I don't understand the setup, whether it updates in real time or whatever else. But maybe next year. I reckon next season we do get the Supercoach happening. Because we've got the Waste of World of Sports tipping contest. Maybe we do actually take the time next year as the channel continues to grow and play Supercoach next season. Harry Grant or Moses Leo. That's all that's remaining for my same game multi. 40 minutes. I mean, the way that they're going, surely Harry Grant or Moses Leo get across the line. Michelle says, how good is my tipping this year? She says, obviously sarcastically. So we've got 58 in the Waste of World of Sports tipping contest this season. So that's 58 active members. So that doesn't include the people that have already given up and, you know, the people that have already given up and aren't putting tips in. 58 active members. Michelle is 44th. I'm not doing too good this year either. I'm in 11th. 2 points ahead of Gamer Mel. Good old Spike Milligan, though, is destroying us. Spike Milligan is 9 points ahead of me, 5 points ahead of second place, and just charging out there in front. Spike Milligan, I don't know who Spike is. He's never let himself be known in the streams. So he's just silently watching on and dismantling us all there, racing away at the top of the table. with pretty much an unassailable lead. Faithy, you need Meaney and Brown for a double. What, you need both of them for a double? So you need both Nick Meaney and Tuimulatu Brown to score again in the second half. That's a huge multi. Could very well happen, but that's a massive, massive multi. Who's most likely to score out of Grant or Moses Leo in the next half? I reckon Moses Leo. Melbourne are playing very expansive. Moses Leo would have already got a try if Wishart passed the ball. Look, he didn't need to. I'm not having a shot at Wishart, who ended up with 2 tries. But if Wishart had have passed the ball, Leo was unmarked on his outside for his first try. Wishart stepped back through a little bit of traffic. But it was an easy try for him nonetheless. So I'm not throwing shade at Wishart for not passing. Had he passed that ball there, they just showed a replay of it. Wishart's first try. He cut back in field into traffic, scored easily anyway, but he had Leo unmarked on the left. So the fact that opportunity has already presented itself, Leo has made at least one line break down that left edge. I reckon he's most likely. So, yeah, funnily enough, if Wishart throws that ball and Leo scores, Wishart got his try at the end anyway, we would have had the multi-1 at the halftime break, which would have been fabulous. Not very often does that happen. All right, so Faithy needs both Meaney and Tuimulatu Brown for another try here in the second half. We've seen it happen, though, so many times, haven't we? We've seen it happen a lot where 30 points to 10 at the halftime break, it could just completely swing in the second half, right? Melbourne might not get another point in the second half. Who knows? They might not score again. I mean, that'd be atrocious for all our multis, but it could happen. It could happen. Robert Peters. When am I doing another members-only stream? Oh, hey, the fact that you're asking suggests to me that you've enjoyed them, so that's good. I'm happy that you've been enjoying them. I was thinking about... It's tough at the moment. It's tough at the moment because of the rugby union tests going on. So... with the rugby union test going on, you might be thinking, what does that have to do with anything? With the union test going on, it's extra time committed to streaming, less time for my actual job. I still have to dedicate time to my actual job. So I don't have as much downtime to fit in the members-only live streams. But yeah, look, we'll get one happening pretty soon. Big Bash, yeah, definitely looking at doing some Big Bash this year. Absolutely. I've already started building the scoreboard. For those who don't know, this whole broadcast setup, custom built by yours truly. So I've started setting one up that can accommodate the Big Bash cricket for this season as well. Jason Callaway says, did you see the Lions almost beat the All Blacks, Dan? Well, let's be honest about what it was. It was the All Blacks' third string team. So it was All Blacks by name only. They threw out all the players that needed to get a little bit of a run. So, but yes, regardless, the Lions put up a fantastic fight. Ravy Baby says, watch Sewer burn everyone's multi. I don't care. I need Harry Grant or Moses Leo. So selfishly, Suafa'alonga can do whatever he wants. Slim Shady, ahoy, mate. Whatever happened to Andrew Tate? Dude just vanished. I don't even know who that is. I'm sorry. JJ, you just need Harry Grant. That'd work out all right for me. Jim Michelle says, good, Dan. Keep it that way. Okay. Jeez. I might have to look this person up and see who it is. If it irritates Michelle that much, he's got to be good value, I say. Cheers, Michelle. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Robert Peters says quarter of the team New Zealand fielded in that one. But a good game nonetheless. Jamie, ahoy, mate. Jack says the AFL is so funny. Hang on. Jack says the AFL is so funny to watch this game. Are you watching the AFL at the moment, Jack? There you go. The Legend game. Marquez says up the Storm. And Marquez with a clap over on TikTok. Thank you very much. Wasted Water Sports versus Wasted Water Sports versus no one. Sometimes I start talking and I'm also reading comments at the same time, and then they blur together. I start saying the wrong thing. Jack says Vic versus the All-Stars. There you go. Vic versus the All-Stars in the AFL. For those who might be interested in that. Rugby Fella says, where was this all of the season for the Melbourne Storm? Well, Melbourne had a massive injuries, mate. They still do, though, in all honesty. But they had Jahrome Hughes was in and out. Harry Grant's been in and out. Munster's been in and out. They've had injuries out the wazoo. Xavier Coates is still out injured. Will Warbrick gone for the season. Coates gone for the season. You know, so Coates and Warbrick are their starting wingers. Tui Malatu Brown is coming on strong, and Moses Leo, yes. But they're reserve grade wingers. That's no offense to them. They're doing well. But add Xavier Coates and Will Warbrick to this team, you know what I mean? They've been decimated by injuries. Second half coming up. Storm leading 30 points to 10. Jack says, thoughts on the new kickoff rule that they're testing? Well, there's been nothing to really share, has there? Because every team so far has elected to kick off as per normal. Second half about to get underway. We just need Harry Grant or Moses Leo. And we have iced another multi. Melbourne with the restart. Odd pop it, ahoy, mate. We're off and running. Second half underway. And the kickoff drops on the 10-metre line. Bounces up to the goal line for the Broncos. And Carrigan. 10 metres out from his own line. 10 in from touch on the right. The Broncos to start the second half. David Brown says the Broncos need prime Anthony Milford. As they shift left and cough the ball up almost. Oh, Mariner drops it, traps the ball in between his legs, and then recollects it before it hits the deck. Giving everybody a heart attack there, the big D. Tackle 4 now for the Broncos. Carrigan, a settler in midfield, just short of the 40. Fifth and last. Hunt from inside the 40. Kicks down the right side. Taken on the fall by Fa'alongo. And Sewer heads back in field. Dances his way around Hunt. Dummies inside. And nicely tackled by the big D, Mariner. Rugby Fella says, Wishart doubted me at centre. Yeah, I said the exact same thing at the start of the game. I'm not sure about Wishart at centre, and wouldn't you know, he goes and gets 2 tries, and he's looked pretty good. Somehow, apparently, though, he's only got 9 Supercoach points, so 10 short of halfway here, the Storm. Leo plays it. Grant goes off down the left edge. Fifth and last, just short of halfway. Hughes kicks long. Taken on the 10-metre line here by Perham. Heads in field. Can't get away from the kick chase of Oren Keeley. And the big man takes him down. 10 out from their own line, the Broncos. AG asks, is the new rule working? Everybody is elected to kick off so far. Everybody. Business as usual. $25 out. Carrigan. Taken down. Odd Poppet renewing channel membership as Billy Walters puts the kick out of dummy half. Angles it towards the sideline. Nicely taken by Suafalongo. 10 in from touch over on the left. Yes, Odd Poppet. Cheers, mate. Renewing channel membership on the YouTube. Much appreciated. Melbourne leading 30 points to 10. Leo brings it up to halfway. Liero on the burst. Oh, loses the ball in contact as he is thrown to ground aggressively. Huge defense from the Broncos in midfield. And Trent Liero pops the ball out cold. Some solid defense in midfield. Just recklessly throws him down. A result for the Broncos. 5 short of halfway. Yes, Jason Hamilton. Not just Dolly Parton, Tim Curry. Also, Tim Curry passed away as well. So, in the past week, over the past like 7 to 10 days, Hayden Panettiere, Dolly Parton, and Tim Curry. Jeez. Down the left now, Mariner goes up over halfway. Takes it up to the Melbourne Storm 40-metre mark. Hunt drops it off. Brisbane now on play 4. Simu plays it. Now Carrigan to the line. Late ball out the back for Hunt. Very flat pass there for Jordan Ricky. Forward is all health. 20 metres out now. 5th and last. Broncos still in possession. Short side for Hunt to put the high ball up. Fa'alongo forward for it. It's loose in the in goal. Picked up by Jahrome Hughes, who comes back into the field of play. We've got a whistle. What does the referee decide here? He doesn't decide anything. He says, we're going to have a look. Hunt puts the high ball up. He lands it perfectly on the goal line. Fa'alongo has to come into the field of play to attempt it. Anderson actually wins the battle in the air. Someone's waiting for Grant Anderson, I think. Anderson actually claims this in the air. He outleaps Fa'alongo. Controls the ball. Reaches out and spills it. He puts it down on the knee of the Storm defender. and knocks it on. Melbourne ball. Anderson. Can't do it against his old club. Ramos Adventures. Ahoy, mate. You need Munster. I need Harry Grant or Moses Leo. What I need. Surely. Liero for Munster as they head out to the left. Sean Blaw obviously passed his HIA. Back on the field. 10 metres short of halfway. Munster runs out of options back in field. Has to stay short side. Stands in the tackle just short of halfway. Grant out of dummy half. For Hughes in field. Keeley into Broncos territory. Fifth and last here for the Storm. Grant out of dummy half again. Back for Hughes to put the kick up. Meaney chasing through. Meaney takes the ball, then he spills it. Broncos ball. That'll be a handover. XJC, ahoy, mates. David Brown says, do the caterpillar on the line, Mariner. Come on. Alexandria Jeanette, ahoy there. Welcome along. 30 points to 10. No change to that halftime scoreline. Broncos inside their own 20. Slow going here. Billy Walters now spills it. It's picked up by Munster on zero tackle. Munster taken down by Hunt. 20 and from touch on that left edge. Wishart with the carry up to the 20. Back in field. Hinchy offloads for Munster. Stays left for Blaw. Can't get through the tackle of Staggs. They're 5 out now on the left edge. Munster wants it back in field for Grant. Now Hughes wants the runner on the inside. Keeley. They've lost a lot of ground on that play. Grant goes left. The short ball for Hinchy. Bumps away from the tackle of Carrigan. 2 left in this set. Munster gets the late ball back. Still alive here for the Storm. Hughes steps in field and then grubbers him behind the line looking for Fa'alongo. But Karapani cleans it up and grounds it. Line dropout incoming here for the Broncos. $30 points to 10. Goal line dropout incoming here for the Bronx. Referee signals time back on. Hunt goes short down this left edge. Breaks the plane of the 10 nicely. Karapani, though, pops it back in field for an intercept. Melbourne back in possession. Tuimolatu Brown grabs it. Hughes in field for Clark. And Cooper Clark brings it inside the 10. Grant in field for Hughes. Beautiful ball to McDonald as he breaks the line but can't control it. It spills free and sits up for Ricky. Jordan Ricky pops a high shot now. Penalty Broncos. And they're going to have a closer look at this. There could be more in this. Jordan Ricky out to the right. Oh, shoulder from Moses Leo to the face. Uh-oh. Moses Leo is about to cop 10 in the bin. Here he is. He's called out. Moses Leo, you're about to have a sit down, my friend. It's a penalty to the Broncos. It's shoulder to the face. Direct with force. 10 in the bin. Moses Leo. Moses Leo to the sin bin for the next 10 minutes. High contact to Jordan Ricky. Ricky will go off for a HIA. Now, does that bring the Broncos back into this? One in touch, 20 out from their own line. The Broncos. Payne in the Haas. Brings it outside the 20. Stands in the three-man tackle. Big Payne in the Haas. Matty Colkin, ahoy, mate. Love the inclusion of Jai Arrow for the Rabbitohs. Is now Mam down the left. Taken down by Jahrome Hughes just inside the Storm half. Play 4. The Broncos management could learn a lot from the Rabbitohs. The way that they've mishandled Adam Reynolds. 40 metres out now on the 5th and last. Hunt puts the high ball up. Contest there, 15 metres out. Batted back by the Broncos. Still alive. Staggs kicks it 5 metres backwards. Infield for Mam. Mam then chips over the top. Ben Hunt unmarked. Hunt surely scores. Yes, he does. Ben Hunt gets it to ground. Munster with his best attempt to cut it off. And the Broncos score 30 points to 14. Kick to come. Moses Leo in the sin bin. They kick down his edge. That's where the try is scored. Taking advantage of the extra man and where he would have been. And they've done it to perfection. Munster can't race back to shut Ben Hunt down. He gave it a very good effort. But Ben Hunt scores 30 points to 14. Kick to come from out wide. And Benjamin Hunt, Mike's brother, used car salesman up here in Brisbane. Mike? I love the fact that that's his name and he still just went with it. That's fantastic to me. Talking about Mike here. This try's not been confirmed yet. I'm sure that it will shortly. Brock Feeney, ahoy, mate. There we go. Try's confirmed. Hayes Perham, 10 in from touch on that right side. He had a solid outing last week. Oh, actually about 5 in from touch. He's even further out. Pushed his last his last attempt from out here, he pushed across the face of the post. And this time, it stays out to the right. He's not curled it around at all. 30 points to 14, the Storm leading. Moses Leo in the sin bin. All right. So, Melbourne, for the first time, the new rule has come into effect. Melbourne have elected to take the restart. The Broncos have been forced into kicking off. Even though they scored the try, the NRL has trialled the rule. The conceding team can elect to receive the kickoff. They've done exactly that. Now, McDonald spills the ball, but it's called a penalty for an illegal steal. Penalty Melbourne. We've seen it for the first time, and it was actually good use of it. Captain's challenge now from the Broncos. It was actually good use of it, in my opinion. Very good use of the the new rule because Melbourne need the ball. With Moses Leo in the sin bin, Melbourne just need to control the clock here. It was actually the perfect use of it. 2 men in the tackle. Unsuccessful challenge here from the Broncos. So that's the Broncos challenge gone now for the night. So yeah, actually fantastic use of it. And user 56, honestly, if Moses Leo was not in the bin, your point probably still would have been active. I think the only reason they call for it is with Leo in the bin, they can control possession and control the time, importantly. They are winding down the clock here, the Melbourne Storm. They can do that better if they've got the ball in their hands. Utikamanu in midfield, 20 metres out. Put on his back in a dominant tackle there by the Broncos. Grant goes short here for Cooper Clark. Beats the first tackle. 10 metres out right in front of the post. Grant goes out the back for Utikamanu. Puts the bumpers up there on Xavier Willison, and Big Xavier stays with him. Puts him down a couple of metres out here. Grant stays short side. Crash ball for Keeley. Ezra makes the tackle, fifth and last. Grant looks to chip in over the top, deflects off a Bronco. Keeley spills it. Not Keeley, sorry. Cooper Clark knocks it on. Charge down Broncos. Well, I don't know about that call, but I mean, it wasn't a knock on either. So either way, it's Broncos ball. I'm just saying I'm not convinced it was a charge down. It was more like an accidental deflection. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, it's accidentally deflected off Pat Carrigan's shoulder. So it's play on anyway. I'm just, the referee called it a charge down, which was nonsense. Broncos ball either way. 10 out from the line. Broncos get the scrum. Jordan Ricky coming back on. 4.5 minutes left in the bin for Moses Leo. And the Broncos have it on their own 20. 30 points to 14. Melbourne leading. Jagewski, fresh legs on the field. Walters with the double pump down the short side. And Ricky taken down just short of halfway on play 4. Back infield for Hunt. Mam has it at the back. They continue left here, the Broncos. Mariner with a big don't argue on Meany. Takes it into Storm's territory now on the fifth and last. Hunt puts the kick up. Down the left edge. Mam chasing through. Willison chasing through. They allow the Storm to take it and then swarm him in defence there. Suafat-Longo. As Melbourne continue to just wind the clock down here with Moses Leo in the sin bin. No damage done. Well, the one try done, but no further damage done. Utikamanu targets Billy Walters again. And short of halfway on play 4. Grant. Short for Munster. Munster out of options. Offloads back for Grant. And now Hughes from a standing start. Almost dances his way through. Taken down just inside the Broncos half on the fifth and last. And now a nice ball for Farlongo, who goes straight up the middle. Back in field for Grant. It's called forward. Forward pass. Smart play there from the Melbourne Storm. And it nearly paid dividends. Harry Grant waits for Carrigan to commit. And then a cheeky pop pass for Farlongo. He just got the pass back on the inside wrong. Broncos ball 10 short of halfway. And David Brown says Slater would have scored 4 by now. As Perham sends it out to the right now for Staggs. Beats a lazy effort from Munster. And he's brought down by Wishart, 25 metres out. Perham back in field. 6 again, Broncos. Perham, 10 metres out. And a full penalty now for Perham. And the Broncos, of course. But a full penalty. slowing down the ruck, just trying to take time off here, Melbourne. They don't want to leak any more points with Moses Leo in the bin. 10 metres out from the line. Oh, what the hell happened there? Miscommunication from the Broncos. They still got the ball, though. Pain in the Haas. 10 metres out just to the left of the posts. Stands in the tackle. Walters out of dummy half. Just short of the line. Set restart, though, for the Broncos. 6 again. Willison into dummy half. He tries to bust his way over. But, he was just too slow, the big man, to get down and get back up again. Walters fires the pass out to Mam in front of the post. Now they continue right for Hunt. Drops it off inside for Ricky. Jordan Ricky, 10 metres out, over on that right side. Back in field, Hunt. A cutout pass. Hits the mark for Payne in the Haas, but he can't control the ball. Melbourne back in possession. Oh, Haas was away there if he could just pick it up. It was too low for the big man. Hunt, the pass just in behind and down at the knees of Payno. Reynolds would have made that pass, Madge. Just saying. Reynolds would have put that pass on the money. If he survived this far into the game, of course, in fairness. 28 seconds left in the bin for Moses Leo as the Storm go up over halfway. Munster. Oh, it's a 6 again, Melbourne. And now a full penalty. Tensions boiling over again. The referee has to get in the way and separate the two teams. Very, very big if, isn't it? Lickman, 69. Hang on, is that Lickman 69? Have I been saying this wrong the whole time? Is it Lickman 69 or Lickma 69? Which is even funnier. I'm going to giggle even harder than the first time if I've been saying it wrong. They tap and go here, the Storm. King, 40 metres out. Moses Leo should be coming back onto the field at the next break in play. 20 metres out here. For Tikamanu. Set restart Melbourne. Munster turns it back inside for Clark. Another set restart. 10 metres out. Grant to Munster. Drifts out to the left. Turns it back inside for Blore. And Blore 5 metres out just to the left of the post. Grant for Hughes. Mam jams up on him but misses the tackle. Hughes brought down just a metre out. Play 3. Grant, the short ball, read well by the Broncos defence. Keeley stands a metre out. Hughes goes left for Munster. Space everywhere here. Grubber kick through for Fa'alongo. And Sewer scores. Oh, they had gaps everywhere in the Broncos defence. Munster stabs it through. And Sewer Fa'alongo, the only kick chase. Try time for the Storm. Oh, they had 5 on 3. Out to the left. Munster says we'll just grubber it through. Fa'alongo's got the pace. And grounded by Sewer Fa'alongo. 34 points to 14. Oh, and he's letting the Broncos defence know about it too. Sewer Fa'alongo is having a good old laugh in the end goal. $34 points to 14. The Storm. Dear, oh dear, what happened to the Broncos defense there? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Ben Teo happened. Brisbane have chosen to receive the ball as Nick Meaney, 15 in from touch on the left edge, puts another one over to make it 36 points to 14. But Brisbane have elected to receive the ball. Melbourne will kick off. So there you go. Matty Colkin. You watched Priscilla Hon yesterday? Oh, very nice. Priscilla going through the qualifiers in the US Open at the moment. Jonathan Manson, ahoy, mate. So Brisbane have elected to receive the kickoff. 36 points to 14. Storm get us back underway. The kickoff taken by the Broncos just inside touch. David Brown says Stags tick, Sewer tick, Leo and Mariner now. Come on. Yeah, I can't believe we're a quarter of a way through this second half. 36 points to 14. I just need Harry Grant or Moses Leo. There's now Broncos. Flat pass there from Hunt onto a rampaging Xavier Willison. Willison takes it on halfway. Tackle 4. Pain in the Haas. Into Storm territory. Late offload. Back for Walters. Fires it over infield. And Perham dances out to the right. They've got space here, the Broncos. Ricky can't get the offload away. Fifth and last for the Broncos. Walters stays down the blind side. And Stags puts a high ball up. Not a lot of distance. Taken by the Broncos, and that'll be a handover as Anderson is caught with the ball. Melbourne. 36 points to 14. 17 minutes 50 left to play. I'm actually glad that there was a sin bin because I got to try all the new little pieces. Wishart spills the ball in contact. And this will be a handover. Broncos will get the scrum. There's no challenges. 20 meters out from the line. What an invitation. What an invite this is. Wishart can't believe it. Loose carry is the call. A little bit of push and shove once again, but still good. Scrum down 20 meters out. The Broncos, a big opportunity here to get some more points. They break left from the scrum. Mam for Mariner. Inside the 20. Can't fend away from Meaney and Jahrome Hughes. Back in field, Mam for Willison. And Willison taken down 10 meters out, just to the left of the posts. Set restart Broncos. Hunt out the back for Perham. Short ball for Ricky. Ricky spills it. Fa'alongo swoops on it. Melbourne have it back, but he goes close to the sideline and taken over into touch. Was advantage played, or do they come back for the Ricky knock on? Surely they do. Robert M. Ahoy, mate. What did Jake Duke say about the Broncos? I have no idea. Cecilia, ahoy there. Halftime score. Oh, what was the halftime score? 30 points to 10, I think it was, wasn't it? In favour of the Storm. Melbourne scrum down. 10 out from their own line. Tuimolatu Brown back in field. Plays it. Clark brings it out to the 20. Emily Rose says, yep, 30-10. Cheers, Emily. Sean Blaw stays down the left and carries it up 10 short of halfway. Munster drifts infield. Links up with Hughes. Fa'alongo at the back. Can't escape the tackle of Mariner. And forces the mistake. Oh, Dane Mariner, the big D. Beautiful defense. Fantastic work out the back there. Huge hit on Fa'alongo. And the ball spills free. Emily Rose, I'm going for the Melbourne Storm in this one. But the Cronulla Sharks are my actual team. I cover all the games. But yeah, the Sharks are my team. And I've tipped the Storm to win in this one as Brisbane packed the scrum 30 metres out. Well, I use the term scrum very, very loosely when we're covering a rugby league game. As Jordan Ricky takes it into the red zone here for the Broncos on play 2. Walters sends it left for Carrigan. Short ball. And Taufa driven back in the tackle. 10 metres out now, the Broncos, just to the left of the post. Hunt. Short ball for Payne in the Haas. Haas stands in the 3-man tackle. A metre out from the line, just to the right of the post. Walters for Carrigan. And now Hunt. Cut out pass. Picked off by Tui Malatu-Brown. And Tui Malatu-Brown will go the length of the field and score. He's in second gear. Tui Malatu-Brown with the intercept try. 40 points to 10. Kick to come. He's picked it off and gone the distance. As the Broncos drifting to the left, and Ben Hunt, thank you very much, says Tui Malatu-Brown. He's even in third gear. He is just jogging along. Tui Malatu-Brown jogging is probably going about 4 times faster than me trying my hardest and running at full pace. He has just jogged that in. User 56 says maybe this is why Reynolds isn't playing a farewell game. Well, Reynolds wouldn't have thrown that intercept pass in the first place. Ben Hunt's done a couple of things tonight that I've gone, Reno wouldn't have done that. Yeah, Ben Hunt, he did get a good try assist with the kick pass to an unmarked... actually, he didn't even kick it, did he? He scored it. I'm an idiot. Right beside the post, Nick Meaney with the conversion attempt, slots another one over. And Melbourne lead 42 points to 14. Emily Rose says, do I have a least favourite team? Are you a Broncos supporter, Emily? I just ask because you won't like my answer. Archie Curtin. Reynolds would have won us this game, says Archie. All right. Who's decided to kick? Who's decided to receive? Melbourne will be kicking off. The Broncos have elected to receive. The NRL, of course, trialling the new rule tonight. Broncos have elected to receive. And then they stand around and watch the ball bounce 3 times before it sits up in the end goal. Broncos 10 out from their own line. Scrappy play the ball. Payne in the Haas. Brings it back in field. Haas breaks the line. But he breaks the line with defenders all over him. Still got it out to the 20-metre mark. Hunt goes left for Mariner now. Flicks it out for Karapani. Karapani back in field, 10 short of halfway. Robert M says, Dan, question, why didn't the Broncos let Reynolds play similar to what the Rabbitohs are doing with Jai Arrow? That's not a question for me, mate. I can't understand it. I would have done it in a heartbeat. Adam Reynolds came to the Broncos and won them a premiership. And they can't even give him a send-off at Suncorp. As Willison grubbers in behind the line, sits up for Fa'alongo. You brought the man in when Souths didn't want him. He wins you a premiership. And you go, nah, no farewell at Suncorp. 42 points to 14. 11 minutes to go. As we got time off now. Oh. We've got somebody wearing the eye protectors. We haven't seen that for a while. As Sua Fa'alongo heads off a well-earned break for Sua tonight. Lascelles, am I saying that correctly? Lyle? Lascelles, Lisle, AU in the PH. Philippines? Oh, nice. What is the new rule? They're trialing a new rule tonight in this game. The team who has a try scored against them gets to choose whether they kick off or receive the ball from the restart, rather than just it automatically happening. There's a choice now. Kick downfield, taken by Perham, 10 short of halfway. Gets the offload for Mariner. Tries to skip on the outside of the defence, but he's brought down on halfway. Carrigan takes it to the 40 and beyond. Drags defenders with him. 35 metres out. Out of dummy half to earn a 6 again goes Blake Moser. Nice heads-up play. Perham goes short for Corfer. 25 metres out in front of the posts. Moser for Payne in the Haas. Haas rumbles it up. Good carry. Gets the late offload back for Moser. No, he's called held. Oh, Celia's husband. Ahoy, Celia's husband. Welcome along, my friends. Moser for Hunt. Drifting across to the left for Mam. Fires a huge pass 20 metres out to the left for Karapani. Hits him on the chest, and Karapani dives over to score. Oh, the touchies flags up. No try. It's been taken away. It's a beautiful ball from Ezra. And Karapani with the try line wide open puts his foot into... Oh, he did too. Put his foot in touch. The line is wide open. He had a stroll over in the corner. And he puts his foot in touch. Oh, Karapani has gone and goofed that up big time. Big time. Oh, he's gone goofed. Yes, both teams now have elected at some stage. So Melbourne elected to... Oh, we've got time off here. Blake Moses in trouble. And I don't mean for a penalty. I mean for a HIA. He just got steamrolled. Blake Moser just got absolutely steamrolled by Stefano Itukimanu. Oh, he is in La La Land. Blake Moser. How are you, mate? This is Planet Earth, just in case you weren't aware, because it looks like you're not. Poor fella. Yep, HIA called immediately. Off you come, mate. You're not even looking at me while you're answering me, says the trainer. Off goes Blake Moser. And that's certainly not the first time that's ever happened for poor Blake. Oh, I admire the courage, Blake, but maybe just not get yourself in the way of Stefano in future. A Storm kick early here on tackle 3. It bounces inside the 20, and Perham collects it for the Broncos. Emily Rose, enjoy your sleep. Cheers for swinging by. Thank you very much for checking it out here on the Wasted World of Sports. And thank you for the follow. Very much appreciate it. See, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Emily Rose comes to the stream, hangs out, has a good time. Despite the fact that I've openly admitted I'm not a fan of her team, still has a good time hanging out. And, we're all mates here. It's a good, friendly community. I love what we're building here at the Wasted World of Sports. As Walters picks it up on the 5th and last, chips over the top. Mam giving chase. And it sits up in midfield for the Storm, who then cough it up. Broncos back in possession. Zero tackle. 7 minutes left to play. They go left for Ezra. Short ball for Willison. And Willison taken down a metre out. 6 again. 7 minutes left to play. Ezra has to turn backwards to pick the ball up. Payne and the Haas drifting across to the right. Flicks it out the back for Staggs. Numbers here. Ricky can't get on the outside of Leo. Moses, Leo with a nice try saver. Staggs now, 1 out. Switches back down the short side. 5 metres out, 10 in from touch on the right on play 2. 6.5 minutes to go. Hunt. Oh, the pass is almost intercepted. Sets up for Ezra Mam. Off the deflection, and Ezra gets the try. Ezra Mam with a double. 42 points to 18. Melbourne go for the intercept. It deflects off Oren Keeley. And it bounces up onto the chest of Ezra Mam, who strolls over to score. 42-18, kick to come. Conversion successful from Hayes Perham. He did not fluff about with that. So this will be interesting. What do the Melbourne Storm decide here? So they elected to receive the kickoff when they elected to receive the... Oh, sorry, I've got to share this. Emily Rose, welcome back. You just wanted to say that I think you're saying Payne Haas wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong. No, Emily, I've got fun little nicknames for certain players. Payne Haas is Pain in the Haas. As in pain in the ass, but it's Payne Haas, so pain in the Haas. Melbourne have elected to receive the ball. So they're going to shut that momentum down even before it starts. Broncos go short with the restart. Melbourne cough it up. Hayes Perham fires it infield for Hunt. Hunt dummies and steps up the middle to the Melbourne 40. He sells another dummy. Hunt's 30 out. Floats it over the top for Karapani. Cuts back infield as Meany slides across and shuts that play down. Mam in midfield, looking for a hat-trick. Flicks it out the back. No look to Toffa. A metre out. Walters for Mam. Cut out pass for Karapani. Bounces through the legs and into touch. Emily says we call him pain in my ass. And Reece Walsh is weak boy. I like that. Hey, Emily, let your dad know that I call Reece Walsh either Reecey Weesey or Reese's Pieces. 10 out from their own line now. Melbourne back in possession. 4.5 minutes left to play. User 56 says, I like how the receiving role is just a kickoff instead of giving the ball back to the team. Oh, yeah, they still have to kick it off. Of course. Absolutely, they do. Nick Meaney plays it 30 metres out. Here's Liero. Spins out of the contact of Jaden Hunt. And then the ball spills free. Payne Haas picks it up. Sends it out to the left for Willison. Geez, Melbourne, the mistakes are creeping in here. They are letting the mistakes creep in big time. And now Brisbane cough it up. Melbourne come away with it on their own 20. Hinchy taken down by Billy Walters. This game has gone to hell. Josh King, 10 short of halfway. Keeley into Broncos territory. Taken down on tackle 2. Grant out of dummy half. Munster heads left, goes short for Sean Bloor. Bloor taken down 30 metres out. Hughes. Short ball for Keeley. Hits the line at pace. Takes it inside the 20. 2 tackles left now for Melbourne. Hughes drops it off here for Hinchy. 5th and last. Oh, no, he offloads to nobody. Spills it forward as Hughes collects it. 2.5 minutes to go. More mistakes. And it looks like we're going to fall 1 leg short. One leg short. Pause. Ahoy. Scottish pause. Two minutes left. The Broncos back in possession. It's been a scrappy old half, this one indeed. Robert Peters. As Broncos take it to the defensive line, Willison. 10 short of halfway. Carrigan for Hunt. Puts the kick in. Sits it in behind the defensive line. Leo scrambles back for it. Get a try, Moses Leo, could you? Meaney spins out of the contact there of Toffa, who races up out of the line and gives away a 6 again. 1 minute left to go. Leo to halfway. Grant goes short here for Liero. Brings it up to the Broncos' 40-metre mark. Still there for the Storm. Munster for Hughes. Short ball for King. 30 metres out now in play 4. 40 seconds to go. The ball is stripped away by the Broncos. Referee doesn't care anymore. Well, Josh King put it down to try and play it and then was dragged off to play the ball. Referee doesn't care at this point. The ball wasn't stripped out. It's just King was pulled away from it. 5th and last now. What do the Storm do? Hughes puts the kick up, looking for Tuimalatu Brown. Tuimalatu Brown gets another. Hughes put the kick up. It's the wrong winger. Wrong side of the field. Tuimalatu Brown bags another one. And Melbourne have absolutely decimated the Broncos here on their home turf. Perfectly placed kick from Jahrome Hughes. Taken in the air by Tuimalatu Brown. Gets himself another try. Well, we fell 1 leg short once again, but this was our free bet for the weekend. The real stuff starts tomorrow. And, well, what do we think of the experimental rule? I think the teams tonight actually found pretty good use of it. Manly versus the Dragons. Panthers versus the Bulldogs. That should be a good one. Panthers Bulldogs should be a cracker. Nice crossfield kick. Tuimalatu Brown does extremely well. Archie Cairton says, I'm going to bed. I've had enough of the Broncos. 5 in from touch. Nick Meaney starts it out to the right. Curls it back, but not enough. It stays out to the right. 46 points to 20. Melbourne. A dominant victory here at Suncorp. What a performance from Melbourne for the most part. Melbourne, assuming they stay injury-free next year, Melbourne are going to win the premiership next year. They've got some good young players coming through. They're going to fill in the gaps in their roster. They'll get a full team back on deck, injury-free. Melbourne are my way too early prediction for the premiership next year. Asako and Sherry coming in. Oh, a slick-looking team. Bellamy will surely go around again. Surely go around again. I thought at one point there that that Billy Slater walking away from the Queensland job meant that Bellamy was probably going to call time. Oh, good night, Gamer Mel. Congratulations. Half-time, and you got your multi up, and your team has decimated the Broncos on their home turf. What was I on about? I can't even remember. Anyway, full time here, 46 points to 20. Melbourne at Suncorp Stadium have absolutely handed the Broncos a smashing. They've handed them their own butt cheeks, what they've done. Good win for the most part. Joyce Boffa says, up the Storm. All right. Wasted World of Sports crew. David Brown says, luscious beard. Yes. Oh, I so modestly accepted the compliment too, didn't I? Luscious beard as well, my man. Yes. And then stroke it. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. All right. Thank you so much, Wasted World of Sports crew. We do this live each and every weekend on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, wastedsports.com.au, the official website that is horribly out of date. Actually, I'm going to spend some time at some point and rethink what we do with the website, because I tried to turn it into like a source of news, stuff that we talk about on the streams and stuff like that, but it didn't quite work out, because if you go to the Wasted Sports website, wastedsports.com.au, if you go to the website, I think the latest news article is about the Dragons calling an emergency meeting to decide what to do with Shane Flanagan. So I did a very good job of keeping that up to date. I've got to think about what to do with the website. But anyway, it exists. 46 points to 20 here. Melbourne, too good for the Broncos. We do this live each and every weekend. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. I'll probably come back to Facebook at some point. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll come back to Facebook. But things seem to be going all right at the moment with the social accounts that we've got going. Much appreciate your company as always, and all the gifts. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Very much appreciated. Catch you guys tomorrow. Manly versus the Dragons. Panthers versus the Bulldogs. It'll be a great doubleheader. See you then. Until tomorrow. Cheers.